webinar on Social Media 101. I'm Sienna Roginski, Membership Director for the South Dakota Retailers Association. Today's program will feature a presentation by Zoe Sadler of SnapRetail. Zoe, a little bit about her. She loves social media, typography, and shopping local. As a content marketing manager at SnapRetail, she's helped hundreds of independent retailers maximize their presence online through guides, webinars, and free resources. In her free time, she's a prolific Instagram photographer and hopes to one day turn her handwriting into a font. Just a few notes before we start. The phones of all attendees are muted so that we won't hear any background noises. We will have a question and answer period at the conclusion of the presentation. If you would like to ask a question at any time, just go ahead and type that into the side panel of your screen where it says type message here. Your question will be sent to us and we will read those aloud at the end of the presentation, and Zoe will be able to provide us some answers to those questions. Finally, this webinar is being recorded and it will be available on SDRA's website tomorrow. Now we'll turn the presentation over to Zoe. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sienna. I am so excited to be here with you all today to talk about one of my favorite things, driving sales online through social media. So just a little bit about SnapRetail. We've been in the business of helping small businesses for 7 years. Not only do we do social media marketing and management, but we also work within email marketing, websites, e-commerce, and we have an awesome team of marketing gurus who are on the phones talking you and walking you through the basics every day. I'm located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, along with SnapRetail, but we have thousands of independent retailers all over the states. So we're going to jump right into Social Media 101. And really my goal here of this presentation is to give you some actionable tips. Some of these are going to be beginning facts or intro tips for some of you guys that are just starting out. And for others, it might be some tweaks that you can make to your social pages to make sure that you're getting the most engagement on these platforms. So today we're going to cover Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, kind of the big four. But as always, I welcome any questions that you may have about social media. So we're going to kick it off with Facebook. Now on Facebook, 49% of consumers like a Facebook page to support a brand. So this is great news for us because this means that our audience is on Facebook and they want to engage with us. So we want to make sure that your Facebook page is set up correctly so that we can be maximizing our engagement and actually driving sales through our Facebook page, and we don't have these pages that you only post to every once in a while and you don't see much traction or action. So one of the first things we want to do is make sure that we have a business profile that is complete, including a cover photo and a profile picture. So your cover photo, you can see here the suggested sizes for this cover photo here. And I believe we do have some handouts within this presentation as well. So you will have all of these slides as well to reference in case I'm talking too quickly and you can't get all of these notes down. But that cover photo is going to be more of a landscape photo. So this is something that you can be changing regularly. I suggest at least seasonally, if not monthly. This is a great place to put an image of your storefront. Maybe you're changing your displays in your store. Think of this cover photo as kind of your virtual storefront and be changing this regularly. Your profile picture, however, you can see that square photo down there is our SnapRetail profile picture. This is going to be the square, and this should be something that represents your brand and doesn't change frequently. So a logo is going to be perfect here. You can make minor tweaks here and there, but this is something that we want people, our customers, to see and instantly recognize. Now you can see two other boxes here that I have highlighted, the sign up and the message, because these are going to be super important as well. Now, what is so important about these is that this is actually where we can talk to people, we can encourage conversions, and we can start to see more engagement. So we want to make sure that you have a call to action button that is relevant to your business. So on that cover photo, you could see that's where that's sign up. So what we need to do here, we can actually edit this. You can make it book now, call now, contact us, send message. You can see all of these different options. If you have an e-commerce store, we definitely want to make sure that that button is the shop now, so that whenever someone comes to our page, they instantly see a button to encourage them to shop. If you are not working with an e-commerce or you're trying to drive more people to sign up for your emails, because your email marketing is where you're driving a lot of your sales, I would encourage you to use this sign up button and actually include an email registration form. So you can see here, this is a SnapRetail email sign up form that we've got on our page so that you could sign up to join someone's newsletter. All right. In addition to this call to action, we want to set up your messaging. So you can see here on the left-hand side, this is actually a preview of our page on a mobile device. You can see this green icon that says very responsive to messages. It's really noteworthy. That green sticks out, and this is something that you want to make sure is turned on for your business. You want to be responsive to your customers. You want them to be able to communicate with you on social media. The word social, we want to make sure we're being social. So a good way of making sure that you're always available on messaging is actually to set up your instant replies. I understand as a small business owner, you're wearing many hats. No worries, over here at SnapRetail, I wear many hats as well, and I can't always be getting to those Facebook messages as soon as they're happening. So these instant replies are kind of like your away message. It's your way to get a message to someone without actually being there. So again, we want to set this up in your settings on Facebook, and you can see here that you can customize. You can even include some personalization, so you could put first name there. And maybe this is where you leave a phone number or an email address. If you are more ready to answer the phones than you are to check your Facebook messages, put that phone number there and say, hey, we're probably helping a customer. Call us if it is an emergency. If not, we'll get back to you in a reasonable time. And this way, if a customer does reach out to you, hey, SnapRetail, do you do this, blah, 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 then I can make sure that instant reply goes out and they at least have some sort of message, something to place hold until I am able to answer their message. So again, over in the left, you can see that awesome blue sign up button that we have. We want to make sure that that is up to date and active. And then we also want to make sure that we are using instant reply so we can get this very responsive button here. And then you can see our awesome cover photo and profile image so that we're giving a good impression of our brand on Facebook right off the bat. So what do we post to Facebook? I'm going to give you just a couple of tips or tricks of content to be sharing. We got a couple of questions before the webinar, which is awesome. I love that you guys are so engaged about what to post and when to post and things like that. And it's going to be different for each store. I would encourage you to reflect on, who is your target audience and when are they going to be available. For example, I work with some dance retailers, and their dance moms are always on Facebook around Sunday evening. They're getting ready for the week. That's when they finally have time to get to their social media, or they're on their Facebook while their kids are in classes at the dance studio. So they're actually posting at like 7 and 8 p.m. to reach people, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend for a coffee shop. Maybe they need to be posting at 6 in the morning. So think about who your target audience is, and that'll give you a good idea of when to post your content. But what to post, always, images are going to be best because they're going to get the most engagement. But there's also some cool things we can be doing on Facebook, like Facebook Live or sharing offers, which are our two examples here. So on the left-hand side, you can see an example of us going live on Facebook, and we reached a ton of people. We were working with one of our retailers and stopped in to say hey, and kind of did a Facebook Live of her and her store. This is great if you are getting new inventory in and you're unpacking the inventory. It can be kind of an exciting moment, or if you're running an event, you should definitely do Facebook Live, or even doing product demos on Facebook Live. If you're a boutique, maybe have a mini fashion show or something along those lines. This Facebook Live is going to get great engagement. And the thing about this is once you go live, people will get a notification if they are online that you are live. But if they miss it because they're not on Facebook when you're live, it'll still live on your timeline. So there is a longer lifeline here than just those brief moments when you're going live. You will be live on Facebook for a bit. And then over to the right, we have a Facebook offer. Now this is another way to kind of track, are you converting people on Facebook? And maybe here, this is an example when we did a December marketing calendar through Tip Tuesday. This is a free download, but they have things you can offer, coupons for when people come in, and you can actually track how many people click on it and then come into the store. It's just a great way to get a variety of content on your Facebook page, kind of different looks, different feels, so you're not posting the same things every day. And we don't always want it to be sale, promotion. You want to think of having a good marketing mix of, valuable resources and prove that you are the expert in your industry. Try to deliver that customer service that you would give when someone walks into the store online. Alrighty, so we're going to then jump into Twitter. So Facebook used to be where we would have all of the young people, the college age people, but then our parents started getting on Facebook and we started leaving Facebook and started going to other platforms like Twitter and like Instagram. So Facebook is going to have a lot of people, and a majority is going to be an older audience there. Twitter is still for younger business people, I would say, most often. So if that's your audience, maybe we want to consider being on Twitter as well. Now with Twitter, we can see here that 60% of followers are going to purchase from a small business because of something that they saw on Twitter. Now this number is huge. Twitter really has the power to influence people. The only problem with Twitter is that there's so much content out there that it's hard to stick out within the noise. So on Twitter, we want to make sure that we also have a complete profile as well. Here you can see those suggested images, sizes, again, for your profile picture or your header image. This, again, can complement Facebook. So you may have to do some minor tweaking because of the sizes, but they're majority going to be pretty similar in template. You also can include a bio here. So that's going to be right under your username. This is something that you probably wouldn't change regularly. And if you are brick and mortar only, I would always encourage you to include your location on your profiles, because you do need someone to physically walk into your store to make a purchase. It's pretty powerful. We want to make sure our location is very obvious and evident. And then you can also pin a tweet to the top. So if you are running some sort of sale, or you're launching a new product, or there's something you really want to feature, maybe it's a testimonial from a customer, you can always pin that to the top. So as soon as people come to your page, they can see that tweet first. A little trick or tip down here is Canva, canva.com. So this is a great free resource that is actually going to be for image editing, and they have tons of different templates based on these sizes already. So you could actually go to Canva and say, I need to make a Twitter header image. They're already going to have a couple of layouts mapped out for being this 1500 by 500 pixels. So you don't have to be a graphic designer to have great looking graphics if you take a couple moments and explore Canva. Just a quick little tip there. Now, what are we posting to Twitter? Again, we want to show that you are involved in the community. We want to show our brand personality. Over to the left here is actually something cool that they do on Twitter with hashtags. Now, hashtags are going to be this pound sign with no spaces, the words behind it. That's going to be a hashtag. And hashtags are on all social media platforms, but they started on Twitter. If you are using specific hashtags, it's actually going to bring up a little icon that is representative of that hashtag. So this is a great way to join popular conversation. So as a Pittsburgher, sorry if you guys hate the Steelers, but we love the Steelers here. So you can actually see when we're out and about in the city, there's people always doing something for the Steelers. This is us tweeting about, us engaging with our own community. And then over to the right-hand side, you can see that we actually retweeted Independent We Stand. So this is what a retweet would look like. The content doesn't always have to be your own. You can retweet other people's content, as well as the example below. You can see some great uses of hashtags for small biz or shop small, as well as that retweeting. So it's actually not us saying it, we're just forwarding the message that someone else said. Alrighty, so let's jump into our third platform here, Instagram. Now this is going to be my personal favorite. Instagram has a lot of young people on this platform, but brands are doing very well on Instagram as well. Facebook bought Instagram probably last year. It's actually been probably a whole year now. And so Instagram is getting new features all the time. So we're just going to walk you through some of the basics here on Instagram. But again, you also can go live on Instagram just like Facebook, or have stories on Instagram, kind of like Snapchat. But this is an image-based platform, all based on your mobile device. So there is an Instagram for business. If you started on Instagram, there used to be no difference between a business page and a personal page. They all were personal pages. Well, now there are Instagram business accounts, and you want to make sure that your Instagram is converted to a business account. Why? Well, we want to make sure that you get advantage of analytics and the buttons functionality of Instagram. So similar to how we had that sign up button on Facebook, you can have a sign up button on your Instagram page too. Want to make sure again that you have a complete profile on Instagram, and making sure that if you are brick and mortar, you are including that location in your bio as well, so that people know, hey, this is somewhere I can actually come to shop. Over to the right hand side, you can see what a profile looks like. I really like this Little Miss Pepper jewelry. She has some cute stuff here. I like that she's using emojis in her bio. But you can see some great keywords, you know, personalized, meaningful handmade jewelry, and just kind of making sure that she has her best foot forward out there. She's giving a great impression of her business. And then over to the right, an example of when we did our Snap Winter Workshop. You can see here we have a click link in bio to register. We actually can change that call to action button on your profile depending on what you're posting. So if you are trying to drive people to a page where they can RSVP for your event, that button does not always have to be the same. You can be changing it. So depending on what you want to promote most, be updating your button on your Instagram business page as well. All right, so Instagram photos with faces get 38% more likes, and posts tagged with a location receive 79% higher engagement. Moral of this story, people like to see people, so we don't always want to, if you're, you know, a shoe store, for example, shouldn't just always be the shoe on top of the box, shoe on top of the box, shoe on top of the box. It's going to get boring after a while. We want to see ourselves. The less creative customer wants to be able to see themselves in what you're posting. So using posts with faces. I also have a stat that I made up that if you use a dog in a post, you're going to get 70% more likes. We love our dogs here at SnapRetail, and so anytime I post something about the dogs, we always get higher engagement on those as well. And then posts with a location are going to receive 79% higher engagement. So as you are sharing on Instagram, make sure to always include the location of your store, tag your store, or if you're out and about, maybe at a trade show, you know, tag that you're at that trade show. It's going to add that to your map, and you're going to see higher engagement on those posts. Now, here's a quick little tip for Instagram. It's about hiding your hashtags in the comment section. So you can see here, this is our Instagram to the left. It's that squared image. And then over to the right is where we get our likes, where we put our comments. So the first comment there is actually the caption for the photo. It's going to say, you know, update your cover photo and just a little bit more information. Now, I want to make sure that I'm using hashtags so I can get the most reach on this post. I really want to make sure that people are liking what I'm sharing, and I want to reach more people, right? I want to drive some traffic here. So I'm going to use all of these hashtags like made for Main Street or shop local or online marketing, small biz life, things like that. And for your business, maybe you're using hashtags on brand names or the services you offer, or your location, something like, you know, shop Pittsburgh. If you're, you know, we in Pittsburgh, we need someone to come to our store, we're using shop Pittsburgh. But we don't want that in that original caption because it kind of just clutters the original caption. So you can actually comment with all of these hashtags. The only thing here is they are going to limit you to 25 hashtags in a comment. So just a quick little tip, hide your hashtags in your comments and you can use up to 25 per comment. Then you can see here some of our reactions, and you can always like those or reply to people's comments as well, which again, we encourage because social media, we should be social and we should be engaging. And then lastly, here's just a couple of Instagrams that we pulled from our account. And this is just to show you kind of how variety is the spice of life, and it's important to make sure that you're mixing up your content. You can see here we have, some storefront images. On National Popcorn Day, we made our logo out of popcorn, another storefront, a Facebook Live. This one here, you can see the little video. This is actually a boomerang, which is a super fun app available through Instagram, which I would recommend. So video content is going to be great on Instagram as well. And then kind of over here, we just have a little meme that we're trying. I thought I was really funny coming up with this, why did the chicken cross the road to get to this small business? Of all of these posts, the one that got the most like was our boomerang of some local beers cheersing, and the worst one was my funny joke. And so this is just important to have that variety of content so you can see what are your followers engaging with, what should I post more, and how do I kind of continue to gauge that interest in what's working. And you will get those analytics from your business profile on Instagram. So super important to pay attention to those. All right, last but not least, thank you all for sticking with me. I know I'm sharing so much information. That's why we give you guys these slides as well and are sure that we're always available for you. But we're going to jump last into Pinterest, which is the greatest time suck of my life and a lot of consumers' lives. 93% of Pinners shopped online in the past 6 months. I'm not going to lie to you, every year I make my holiday wish list and I put all of the products that I want on my Pinterest board and I share that link with whomever might need it. It's kind of, I make my Christmas list now through Pinterest. And a lot of people are doing this. When they pin things to their board for home inspiration, they're going to go back, they're going to click on that link and they're going to try to buy that product. So pinners are shoppers. So now on Pinterest, again, you want to make sure that you're joining as a business and completing your profile. Your profile picture, again, going to be a square. You can see that these are all slightly different in size, but they're going to carry that square shape. You do need a username, which must be unique. So say, for example, you are, Sassy Boutique, but Sassy Boutique is already taken. Try Sassy Boutique and then maybe your state abbreviation or city abbreviation, because that will be unique, and that's how people can find you by going to pinterest.com/your username. And then again, your About You, this is limited to 160 characters. So similar to Twitter, we need to be brief and we want to include our location, maybe our services or some of our top brands so that people know what we're all about on our page. On your boards, this is where we get to name them and add descriptions. So boards are going to kind of be the baskets and where you keep your pins. So the board is, when I go to your Pinterest, I see all of these different boards. I click into the boards to see the pins, kind of how it works its way down the funnel. So board is the umbrella that these pins are all following under. And again, we want to make sure that we have these complete with a name, description, which is limited to 500 characters, and then putting it on a relevant category. Something fun here that a lot of people don't take advantage of but can really help you is adding collaborators to your board. So I work with some retailers, and for jewelry, for example, they will have someone on their team that is also pinning with them. And so it's like, for SnapRetail, for example, there would be a board that's like Zoe's favorites, where it would be me posting all of my favorite things from Pinterest. It's a great way to let your team and your staff, be included on social media. That's going to help you build your brand. There's going to build that recognition there. So, maybe I go to a bridal board. I go to your bridal board, and I see that each of your consultants has her own board based on her style. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I connect with that person the most. That's who I want to book my appointment with. it's a great way, again, to kind of give your brand a personality online. And so it's not just product, product, product. It's more engaging and more inspiring. And, you know, I want to interact with someone like that and not someone that's just like, here's a sale, here's a sale, here's a sale. So you can always add those people as collaborators, and they can be pinning to your boards as well. So again, here is just an example of one of our retailers who is crushing it on Pinterest with that variety of content. This is the dance shop. She's got, you know, dance quotes, she's got costumes, just twirl, performance makeup, tumbling. These are all of her different areas of expertise. And she's mixing, you know, the great content of like quotes or, you know, baton inspiration with her products. So it's not just a catalog of things you can buy at her store. I maybe come to her board because I want to learn more about how to do my makeup. And then I see within that board of makeup tutorials, I see that she's having a sale on, you know, fake eyelashes, or she has an exclusive on the certain kind of bun that I need. This is where we really can take our customers and give them that customer service and convert them into sales, is because we're proving we're the experts in our industry and that we're going to deliver that awesome customer service. It's why you should shop with us. All right, so I am going to break here for questions if you do have them. We also wanted to jump in quickly to SnapRetail to kind of show you how easy it is to do all of your online marketing. So I know we went through a lot of information, but we do have the tool SnapRetail to help you make it easier. So you can see here's my SnapRetail account. I've got all these helpful tools up at the top, my calendar, my social, website, email, and we do have different subscription levels based on whatever you need. We understand no two small businesses are alike, so we're willing to work with you. The calendar is one of my favorite places to go, because this is going to give you an idea of what to post each day. And it's going to mix a variety of promotional content, but also the engaging, you know, motivational Mondays, or, you know, encouraging people to sign up for your email marketing list, or it's going to remind me, oh, I need to talk about Labor Day coming up, or the end of summer. There are going to be these suggestions every single day. And then I can schedule my Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest posts through this calendar super easily. So maybe I actually want to jump in here and look at this idea on my calendar. I click on it. It's going to tell me here, oh my gosh, remember to say happy birthday to all those people that are born in September. Here are some people that are born. So I can actually say, okay, that's a great idea. I want to duplicate this post. I'm going to talk about this on my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Pinterest. And I can easily click and add these accounts, share my messages, and also add an image. So if I click on this icon here of a camera, I have a ton of different stock images, but I can also search based on categories. And this is all included within your subscription. We also have a place where you can add your own images. We link up with your Instagram account, so you can pull your images straight from your Instagram to your other social posts. We integrate with Shopify, so you could be pulling your products into your social posts. Super easy. We could pull in pictures from your Pinterest page, and you can always just upload your own here as well. So again, kind of a one-stop shop for your social media to make sure that you can be posting more regularly and get back to running your small business, but don't have to be living your lives on these social platforms. And the great thing about these as well is you can easily edit your post as well. So if I needed to actually, oh, I want to, pull this over to the 14th, I can reschedule it just that quickly, changing my times, sending it out based on when my audiences are on. And then just one last thing, email marketing is so important as well as social media, and we're trying to make your lives easier here too. Almost have 900 different templates with all different themes, such as tax-free shopping or back to school, Sunday savings, college ready, summer sale. And we've got tons of different verticals here, gift guide for food lovers. We're always adding into this content library, and so that you can make sure that your email marketing looks super professional and it is super easy. All right, so I think that is all that I have to say for right now. I need to take a break and take a sip of water. But if there are any questions, don't hesitate to chat those in. Here on my page, you can see there is a link specific to you all here at SDRA, where you can actually take advantage of 10% off. We give you guys 10% off because we love working with you as partners. So you can fill out the form there or email us or call us, and I will stay on as long as needed to answer all of the questions.
All right, Zoe, this is Sienna. I have a few questions that have come in, so I will start here. You mentioned the pixel size for profile pictures. This is probably a dumb question, but how do I figure out what the pixels are for a picture?
Sure. So pixels are just a unit of measurement for images. So there are, if you're looking at, how do I make sure that something is the certain size that I need, I would actually go to that website here, and I think I'm still sharing my screen so I can show you canva.com. I would make sure that you're using a tool such as Canva, where you can see there are going to be all different types of templates. So say, for example, I need to use my custom dimensions and I needed to use that 180 by 180. I can see here it's being measured in pixels at px. I hit design and it's going to open up this document, and bringing your images into this template is going to make sure that it's going to be that right size.
Cool. All right, next question. If I retweet someone else's message, should I always add my own message to the retweet, or does it depend on what I'm retweeting?
Great question. I think you answered it yourself. I think it depends on what you're retweeting. Some of those tweets can stand alone. Maybe it's someone that you want to help your friend. You're a fashion boutique and you want to help the coffee shop next to you. They're having some fun promotion next door. You just want to help them get the word out, where we should all help each other out, promoting this shop, small messaging. You can just, send that out, but you can also retweet it and say, hey, stop over and say hi to our friends. Doesn't necessarily need an added message. Just ask yourself, does this stand alone, or do I need to add something else to give it that context so that it makes sense?
Okay. If I use photos of customers on social media, do I need to get written permission from them, or is it enough just to take their picture and tell them I'm using it on social media?
So I get this question a lot. I wouldn't just take their picture and tell them and ask for forgiveness. I would ask them when they're in the store, hey, we're really glad that you shop here. One of our favorite customers, or, totally a VIP. Is it okay if we take a photo and share it on social media? I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, they will say, absolutely, sure, we don't mind. A personal story, one of my favorite local boutiques. I've been in there and I was wearing one of the shirts that they actually screen print at their store, and they're like, hey, Zoe, oh my gosh. Well, I don't think they knew my name, but they're like, hey, oh my gosh, it's one of our shirts. Do you mind if we take your picture and share it online? I was like, of course. I felt like such a celebrity. I was tagged in it, made sure all my friends liked it, because I felt then cool because I was being featured on their page. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. You do need to get their permission, though, unless I would say it's like a big event, if you're doing maybe a big sidewalk sale and there's just a ton of people, you don't have to ask every single head or person in that photo, hey, can I post this online? But if it's something like a customer testimonial, or, you're featuring something specifically about that customer, yes, ask their permission. But no, you don't need written consent.
Okay, another question. I'm confused about hashtags. What do they actually do?
Great question. So hashtags are kind of a way to organize all of your conversations in one place. So I'm going to jump into Twitter here and kind of show you exactly what that looks like into our SnapRetail account. So hashtags, again, we don't want to use any spaces in between our words. But okay, so we recently tweeted about National Dance Day. And if I click on this, you can see it's an active link. If I didn't have that pound sign and no spaces here, this would just be like the rest of this boring text here that I can't click on. It makes it an active link to this conversation. So when I click on National Dance Day, I can see all of the other conversations that are happening about National Dance Day. Now, why is that important, or why is that cool? Well, this is a great way to reach more people. So us talking about National Dance Day maybe we have dance stores that are following us. They're also tweeting about National Dance Day. We're going to pop up along that hashtag in the conversation. They see us, we see them. You know, it's a great way to get a conversation started between the two groups. So that's why you want to do things, you know, like hashtag shop small or, you know, shop PGH, for example, in Pittsburgh, because we want to make sure that we're promoting ourselves and reaching not only our followers, but these new people as well. And hashtags are a good way of getting new people and not just your followers.
Great. I think we have one more question. Where do you find the offers to post? I think this question is referring to your slide number 8, talking about Facebook and the calendar.
Sure thing. So I'm going to jump in again here to Facebook and jump into our SnapRetail page, where you can see over here. So this is our current SnapRetail page. I'm an admin here, so you're seeing, this is what you're going to see when you log into your Facebook business page. So it's a couple different locations. You can see here on the left-hand side, it's going to be in this menu, as well as you can see in my status bar that I can create an offer here as well. And then once I click on create an offer, it's a really simple form to do. You know, I can add these promo codes. I can make sure that they can redeem it online, or I can make sure it's only in store, added expiration date. It's basically like you're making a coupon and then just making sure it's shared on Facebook.
All right, well, I don't see that we have any other questions coming in, so I just want to thank you, Zoe, for the information on how to use social media applications to enhance a business presence. And just a reminder to everybody that's on the call that we have several upcoming webinars. For information about those programs and to sign up, you can visit our website at www.sdra.org and click on webinars and seminars under the training tab. Thank you to everyone for participating in today's program, and have a wonderful day.